Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time, my name is Steve. I like to make RC videos, so welcome. If this is not your first time, welcome back. I had originally planned to film a video outside today, but unfortunately we're getting quite the storm. It is downpouring outside. So instead, we're gonna do a benchtop video. We are going to be installing some new tires and the light kit onto the Defender. The light kit is the Traxxas Pro Scale light kit. I just picked it up yesterday and I'm really excited to get this installed. I absolutely love driving this Defender around, but the lack of lights is killing me. So I stopped by the hobby shop, they had it in stock and I couldn't put it off any longer. And as I mentioned in my unboxing and initial impressions video, these tires seem to work really well as far as traction goes, but for looks, they're not doing it for me. So I recently picked up some Injora tires off of Amazon and we are going to be installing them just on the stock wheels for today. They will get switched out eventually, but for now, they're good enough, right? So without further ado, let's switch over to the bench. So the Defender's looking a little bit dirty. I got some caked on mud here. But I've really had a blast driving this recently. I'm really excited to continue to upgrade this and modify it and really turn it into the kind of truck that I'm really happy with. So first thing we're gonna do is remove the body, as always, using these two little clips. I've had a few comments asking me how durable these clips are. So far, I have not had any issues with the body coming unclipped or these things breaking at all. One tip was to put just a little bit of foam behind the clip here, and that just lets it be a little bit more stable and you have to push more firmly to get that clip out. Like I said, I have not had any issues, so I'll update you if that ever does become a problem. Okay, now as mentioned, I picked up the Pro Scale light kit from Traxxas. Just got this from my local hobby shop. I've had a bit of a hard time finding this in stock in places, so I was really happy to see that they had it. If you do pick it up, make sure you are getting the right one for your model. They have both the Defender kit and the Bronco kit. Clearly this is the Defender. The Bronco kit will have the Bronco on it. And for the tires, I picked up these Injora all-terrain crawler tires. They were the right size that I was looking for. The stock Traxxas tires are about 58 millimeters, 57 millimeters, and these are 58, I believe. So removing these from the package, we can throw that off to the side. Can you hear that? They are like super sticky right out of the bag. They look exactly what I was looking for. I wanted more of an all-terrain looking tire. And for this wheel size, there are quite a few tire options out there. And browsing around the internet, you know, looking at Little Guy Racing Parts, Injora, all the different companies, RC four-wheel drive. These were the ones that I eventually settled on for having the tread pattern I was looking for in the size that I wanted. For my needs, I don't do a lot of rock crawling. I mostly just do trail driving. And so this is the tread pattern I thought would look perfect. So these stock tires I still haven't glued on, so we can just pull them off. So comparing the size, they're just a hair taller, but more importantly, they're narrower, which is exactly what I wanted. These stock tires are just too wide. Now I think these Injora tires are not quite as narrow as I was hoping for, but we'll get them on the wheel and we'll take a look and see what they look like. These Injora tires also come with foams. No foams are included with the stock tires. So I think what we're gonna do is just see if we can fit them onto the stock wheel. I probably should take the wheels off before doing this, but I don't really want to. So let's see. I'm also not going to glue these tires on just yet. So there we've got one tire on there. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other three off camera just because it's not gonna be interesting to watch. One thing I noticed right away putting the new tires on, the bead on the stock tire seems to be a bit more substantial than the Injora tires. And what this means is that the stock tires seem to fit onto the wheel more securely than these Injora tires seem to. Now obviously that's not that much of a problem. With a little bit of glue, it would fix it up right away. And with that, we've got all four tires installed. We'll see how well they stay onto the stock wheels without any glue. I really don't want to glue them unless I absolutely have to, but I think I would rather switch to bead locks before I glue these tires. just because I don't want to glue them and then get new wheels and then either deal with peeling these off or baking them in the oven or just buying new tires. So we're going to run them without any glue just to see how well they hold on. I did not have any issues with the stock tires coming off of the wheels in the few times that I've driven it so far, so I'm hopeful that these will stay on fairly well too. Now, before we put the body back on to see how they look, let's get the lights installed. So we're going to put this off to the side for now and bring this over. Okay, and that's everything you get. So you have your instructions and you have all of the lights that you need. Now, what I really like about this is all of the lights are contained in each housing. I was afraid it was going to be like one LED for the headlight, one for the blinker, one for the whatever, the running lights. And instead, all you have to do is just, you know, you've got this one unit per corner of the vehicle that has all the LEDs in it that you need. One thing I really admire about Traxxas is they make it as easy as they can, at least in my experience. They make it as easy as they can to install these parts, and I really, really have to commend them on that. So we're gonna put that off to the side, enough of my fanboying over here, and we're gonna take a quick look at the instructions just to get an idea. So it looks like all you have to do is remove these housings, because it looks like they have little brackets to install LEDs. So it looks like all you have to do is remove this and then install the light, like the light, I guess, screws onto that part. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these. And there's one screw per corner that you need to remove. So in the rear of the Defender, the screw holding the bucket in is actually on the outside. And on the headlights, they're on the inside. So that's just something to be aware of when you're doing this yourself. I'm not sure if this is a mistake on mine or if this is just how they all come. On the left one, the taillight is red, and on the right one, it's white. The sticker, obviously. Interesting. All right, so with those 4 buckets off, I don't believe we need to use these anymore. I'm gonna put those off to the edge, unwrap this, and I guess figure out which one's the front and which one's the rear. So Traxxas makes it really, really easy. They stamp an L and an R in the back of the housing to let you know which side of the vehicle it goes on. Now it's also obvious because of the wires coming out. Obviously these will be coming out towards the inside of the body, and this edge will be sitting against the outside of the body. But still, a nice little detail for them to include. And so you have your blinkers and your day running lights, and then your headlight here. So these will be your front LEDs, and these right here are your rear LEDs. So you just want to make sure that you get these lined up correctly. The other thing to pay attention to is on the right side, there's this little notch cutout that perfectly lines up for the notch, perfectly lines up with this little tab that's on the inside of the body for the gas cap. We're going to take this right side rear, and you want the wires to go over this cross brace. And obviously this is going to be a lot easier if you are not filming at the same time. We then take the screw, go back through that little screw hole that's just behind the high lift jack. It'll thread right into that tail light. And then we'll do the same on the other side. So the last time I installed the light kit was the MyTrick RC into the SCX24 Gladiator, and you can go back and watch that video if you want. I had to do a lot of repeat takes on that one. It was really, really tough. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty tough getting it to work. This, however, Traxxas has made it really, really simple. I'm really impressed. I know I'm kind of fanboying over here about all this, and I just want to remind you that I am in no way paid by Traxxas. They did not send me anything, but like I said, you know, they really impressed me with this kit. They really have put a lot of time and thought and energy into making this really simple and straightforward. I'm really blown away, in all honesty. So with the headlights, there are these little cutouts right here that will slot right into the lens. So you can feel it, it'll kind of hold it in place. It just pops right on. I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that screw back in there. And that's it. The body is wired up. That's as easy as it gets. Honestly, guys, so for a light kit, all told, this took me like 10 minutes. Obviously, we haven't turned it on yet, but just the installation process is really, really impressive. So in case you lose the screws, they do include 4 extras. Another great little touch from Traxxas. I can't tell you how many times I've been fiddling around with these little screws and one goes flying off, never to be seen again. So the fact that they include extra screws is great. There are also 2 little zip ties included. So what the instructions say to do is to run, there's a little tab that comes off the bottom of the windshield, so you just run a zip tie right through there. And we are going to zip tie these 2 wires together. And then go ahead and cut that end off. So this end just plugs right into the speed control, and I believe there's even an option that says lights. So we plug that in. I have not charged this battery in a little bit. We'll see. I have no idea how much juice is in it. But there's something. All right. Put the body back on. I did just see the lights kick on, and look at that. So we have headlights and running lights, no blinkers yet. And in the back, we have 2 little red lights. I'm actually going to turn off this light that's right here just so you can see it better. All right, there you go. That's pretty great. I am so impressed with that. It looks great. There's no light bleeding out that you get with other light kits. The other incredible thing about this kit is there are actually several different modes. To access them, all you need to do is hit this easy set button that's right on the speed controller. So this is mode 1, which you have the headlights on, the running lights on, and these tail lights. And what I wanted to show was that if we drive, see if I can do this in my little space here. So if we drive and then stop, you see the tail lights light up. And then if we reverse, we get the backup lights. Okay, and then we're gonna go to mode 2, which the headlights are off, the daytime running lights and the tail lights are on. And like before, once we hit the gas, the reverse lights turn off, hit the brake, tail lights light, brake lights light up, and then reverse, we have the reverse lights. These will stay on until you hit the gas again. That's when they turn off. So now we have mode 3. So with mode 3, obviously all the lights are off, except for these in the bumper. These appear to stay on all the time, I guess. So everything is off, right, as we drive along until you hit the brakes. Then you get the brake lights coming on. And then when you reverse, your reverse lights come on. And these will stay on again until you hit the gas again. That's when they turn off. And then finally in mode 4, you just have hazard lights, which again, like not maybe the most useful, but still just a really cool detail. I really like this. Now I'm coming at this from kind of a filmmaking perspective, so I'm looking at this like, how is this gonna look on video? You know, how is this gonna increase the believability on video? And for me, having little details like this is gonna be amazing. I am so excited to drive this again with these lights. Now there is one other mode. This is mode 5. So the LEDs turn on and kind of go through their cycle, and I'm not sure why this is included. Maybe it's just for display, but the important thing to note is the car will not respond in this mode. And so if you switch to this mode and you can't figure out what's going on, that's why. This is just display mode, which for someone may be useful. I don't ever see a need to use that. I almost forgot that we put tires on. And what do we think? How do we like it with the new tires? So I had to turn the lights off just because they were blinding me as I look head on like this. I think these tires are gonna be perfect. They're not quite as narrow as I was hoping, but they still are so much better than the stock tires. You can see just about how much narrower they are there, but they're a little bit taller. They fill that wheel arch just a little bit better. I love the tread pattern. They really have that all-terrain kind of trail truck vibe that I'm going for. And there we have it. I'm absolutely blown away by just how simple this kit is to put together. It's literally 4 screws. You take it out, you pop it in, boom, you're done. Traxxas is really, really hit the nail on the head with this one. They continue to hit the nail on the head with this. I love the truck. I love the light kit. I think the tires have really elevated the look as well as the lights and everything. I'm really excited to continue to work on this. Again, I'd love to get like a full interior, inner fenders, the whole 9 yards. I'm really excited to see what else we can do with this. I'm really looking forward to the videos that we're gonna get with this. I think that with the lights in the video, it's really gonna add that touch of realism that I'm looking for. I'm really excited. So thank you so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. We're starting to see the channel grow a little bit, so for everybody who's recently subscribed, thank you very much. I do really appreciate it as well. I'm hoping to get out in the next day or two to film another video, so keep an eye out for that. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss it, and we'll see you in the next one.